Here there's a mentality that an animal is my possession, and if I wish to have 10 animals running around in my yard producing puppies or kittens or whatever, that's my constitutional right.
I've seen people that have nothing, basically, and they have 7 dogs. They can't take care of themselves or their children, and they really can't take care of the dogs, to be honest with you, but they want to have them.
There's no spay and neuter law in the state of Tennessee. That has caused us an extreme overpopulation because we have people that has the old rumor that I'll let my dog have 1 litter of pups and they'll calm down.
It's a mentality. I think the surrender rate and the strays in this area is really agricultural. So you find that most of the old timers here don't believe in penning an animal up. They let the pets run, and if they get pregnant, they get pregnant. And they just, for a long time, the shelter was the dumping ground. Their dog would have a litter of pups, and they would bring the pups up here, and then, mom would stay with them, and then they'd have another litter next year.
I get a lot of pregnant dogs. It seems like once people know their dog's pregnant or they see them get bred, then it's time to get rid of them and get a new one. We are greatly understaffed, underfunded. In defense for the county, we're not a priority. They have a lot of other things going on, a lot of school problems, and so when it comes to the budget for the county, we're just not at the top of the list.
It is a burden on us. It's a hardship for all the people involved. In partnering with other programs that are out there to assist, we're very happy to take any help we can get.
We started our relationship in 2012. It was actually a email blast that I had sent out to a bunch of rescues within a 400-mile radius of where we're at right now. And somehow Orphans picked up that email blast that had been forwarded to them. And I was contacted to see if we would be interested in a partnership, which of course, I think my heart fell to the ground and jumped on the opportunity and said I could be there tomorrow.
Jennifer came, put a proposal on the table that they start pulling dogs to go to Orphans. And it was one of the most marvelous things that happened. It made you cry because they pull the dogs that nobody wants, the black dogs, the big dogs, the dogs that are old, the dogs that have one eye.
We had no problem placing our puppies. We had no problem placing our small, cute, and fluffies. But those big dogs, they were so hard to place, and Orphans has been just a lifesaver with that. On any given transport, we come with our photographers and take photos of every available animal, and then we put it together and we email it to Orphans of the Storm. From that list, they pick and choose which dogs that they can take and which cats they can take on that load.
We have just received a big load from Tennessee, 28 dogs and 11 cats. We're thrilled to have them, and we have a full crew waiting to receive them. All animals, when they arrive, are scanned. We're checking for microchips to make sure that nobody indeed has an owner. Everybody is vaccinated. One important thing we've added to our receiving process is all animals receive a flu vaccine. We want to give the most extraordinary care here we can.
We do not transport any animals that are sick. Okay, we transfer no animals that have any type of conditions that could be transferred to other animals or put your shelter dogs at risk.
Most of the dogs are older. We try to avoid puppies. Other shelters always take the puppies, but we like to take the animals that really, really need a home.
Our association with Orphans started because of Gail's description of the type cases that they would take. Many of these cases, injury, trauma, chronic illness, aged animals with degenerative diseases such as arthritis, we had no avenue of rescue.
We see everything from completely emaciated, ribs, bones, hips showing. I've seen dogs that have been shot.
We have people here that will take these air pellet guns and shoot at them thinking they won't hurt them.
We find when we take them to the doctor that many of them have bullets in them and really have been abused and neglected. There is great expense involved, but we feel it's worth it. Every life here is worth saving.
The heartworm positive, can't move them here. We can't move them here. Everybody wants a puppy. Everybody can adopt a puppy. Orphans specializes in the adults. Orphans puts hope for these adults where they don't have that here. Okay, if it weren't for orphans, the euthanasia rate at this shelter alone in Cumberland County would be back up to 80%.
This used to be a very high kill shelter. But since I've taken leadership here, the county government has pretty much let me try to do what I can to save them. And we've had great success. You know, with the help of Orphans and the other rescues that take them, they're really terrific.
With the number of staff and the quality of the staff and the volunteers here, even though these dogs are in a shelter and this is their life right now, I feel that they're getting love and they're getting exercise and fresh air.
They just love the animals and they're so good with them. It was really heartwarming.
Everyone who is here loves the animals. It's not a business, it's about, you know, taking care of these animals who are under our care and giving them a home, loving them until they make it to their forever home.
When we adopted Waggles, one of the ladies actually started tearing up because she was so happy. It's kind of touching, you know, to see that my baby was loved before I got her.
I hear so many great compliments from customers. They come back year after year, and it's really gratifying. And really the bottom line is we're here for the animals.
We could never do the types of adoptions that Orphans currently does. And after our first load that we sent, Gail Donahue called and explained that nearly 75% of the load had already been adopted after 3 days. We knew we've done the best thing we can for these animals, and we finally found a partner that saw the same thing that we did in these guys.
We're working with great partners and people that are making a real difference in the lives of the animals. We're grateful to be working with them, and we are thrilled when they come to Orphans. We are able to find them really great homes, and it's truly a journey of hope.